I'm going to give you my top 8 tips to increase your Instagram engagement. This is something that I think everyone tries to do all the time, and now with your likes gone, it's all about comments, saves, shares, and just looking at what really resonates with your audience. So let's get stuck into it. I'm a winner, babe. Who didn't win this? It's a part of the game. So my first tip to increase your engagement is to do engagement yourself. You need to put out what you want to get, right? So it's like the law of attraction. If you want more engagement, you need to do that yourself as well. You need to be liking on a lot of posts, commenting genuine comments, not just emojis and saying, love that pic, but really try and start conversations with people and really invite them to come back to your account as well. Then you can also connect with them via DM, replying to stories, and even sharing their content. When you share someone else's content on your story and you tag them, they'll get a notification, so that will bring them back to your page. Or if you're about to do a post, then you should do some engagement before, be liking and commenting, and that way those people get a notification from you and they'll come back to your account, and if you're going to post, they'll see your post. So that's the biggest tip. Engagement equals engagement. Also, a part of that is replying to everyone's comments. So when you do a post, you should stay on Instagram for at least an hour after, making sure that you're replying to everyone or even interacting with other people that have posted during that time. If there's someone that you interact with regularly, go check if they've done a post and comment on them. And the best thing that I find works really well is actually asking questions, not just saying a sentence, but asking someone how their day was, or if you've posted something. For example, I did a post the other day about dogs, that I'm a dog person and I love dogs, and I asked, what kind of person are you? And then people were commenting if they're a dog person or a cat person, but then I would ask a question and I would say, oh, what kind of dog do you have? What's its name? If you were to buy a dog, what kind of dog would it be? So you're asking all these questions, so they're going to comment again, or they'll reply to you in a DM, and you're starting that relationship with them, and you're going to build your engagement that way as well. The second tip I'm going to give you is to post quality content. There is nothing worse, and pretty sure everyone will just scroll past a pixelated photo. It can still be a natural and real in the moment post, but if it's not high quality, then no one's really going to engage with it. Just think, when you're scrolling on Instagram, what kind of content are you engaging with? Would you engage with your own post? Is the content actually high quality? You want to look at, is it blurry? One, if you're going to repost from someone, then try and ask them for the actual original photo rather than screenshotting it. Or if you can't do that, then don't post it via a third-party platform. Sometimes when you do that, that is actually what pixelates the image. So posting quality content just means that you're going to put a little bit more effort into your content, and your audience and your followers will see that, and they're more likely to engage with that content as well. So within posting quality content, you don't want to post just for the sake of posting as well. If it's 6 p.m. on a weekday and you're like, oh my gosh, I need to do a post, don't do it if you don't have anything valuable to post. Just wait. Your followers aren't going anywhere, and they're not going to hate you if you haven't done a post. They most likely won't even notice. My third tip is to post longer captions. It's much easier for people to engage with content that actually has some value to it, something that they can relate to, something that is educational for them or inspirational for them, but something that they'll read and they can actually respond to, not just, this is my coffee. Like, what is someone going to say to that besides, oh yeah, nice coffee? Putting more effort into your caption allows people to actually respond to you in a genuine manner, rather than just giving you some emojis or not even commenting at all. And within your caption, if you pose a question or a call to action at the bottom, then people have a reason to comment. And 9 times out of 10, people will actually look for a question to see if they should actually comment. So they'll be like, oh, I'm reading the caption, should I comment? I don't know, there's a question, I'm gonna leave a comment. So that's a really good way to increase your engagement as well. My 4th tip is about hashtags, making sure that they are relevant to your content, making sure that they are the ones that your audience is going to use to search you and your business. So you don't want to just be hashtagging like for like. You actually want to go and do your research about your hashtags. Don't just go copy and paste someone else's hashtags either, because also most likely their own personal hashtag is in there and it'll be much easier for them to find that you're just copying their hashtags, which is a big no-no. Make sure that your hashtags are relevant to your business, and that way that will also increase your engagement. You don't want to have hashtags that have 1 million followers. You want to try and stick to the ones of your niche that are a little bit smaller, and that way people will be able to find you when they're scrolling that hashtag. Your content will be at the top of that hashtag. So it will be in the top and the most recent as well, and you'll get more views, more likes, more engagement that way as well. My 5th tip is location tagging. So you don't want to be too general. Like, you don't want to, for example, if I'm in Australia, I'm not going to tag Australia. If you tag somewhere a little bit more specific, then people in that area will see your post. So you'll be able to target all of these people in that area. Whereas if you do Australia, most likely nobody's gonna see it, because it will just get so filtered through with all of the other people that also geotag Australia. If you're at a cafe or a restaurant or at a beach or wherever you are, if you make it more specific, the chances are more people will be able to see it. My 6th tip is to reply to everyone. So making sure that you're replying to every single comment that you get, and that way people will see, oh, that person is actually responding to their comments. So if I'm asking a question, it will get answered because somebody is replying. That way they're actually more inclined to comment as well. It's also nice when those people are commenting on your photos to then go back to their account and leave them a comment, because they are taking the time to comment on your picture, so you should do the same. Then you're starting to build a relationship with them, and every time you do a post or they do a post, it will show up in either your feed or their feed. My 7th tip is stories. Stay active on your stories, even if you're not doing a post on your feed every day. If you stay active on your stories, people are more likely to see you, more likely to click on your story and go to your account, rather than if you're not doing them. This also tells Instagram that you are active on the platform, and you want to try and make your stories engaging so that people also stay on the platform, because Instagram will reward those people that get other people to stay on Instagram. They don't want you to get them to go off of the platform, and that's also why they've started to do shop within the platform. So they want everyone to stay on Instagram for as long as possible. So if you're making engaging stories and engaging content, it will show it to more people as well, which will boost your engagement. Now, my last tip, my 8th tip, is consistency. Consistency is the key. So don't do 5 posts one week and then don't post for 2 weeks. Try and see what is actually manageable for you. How much content do you have? What does your audience need to see, or what do you need to tell them, so that it can be a nice, even consistency. So if you can only do 3 posts a week, that's great. Do that consistently every single week. Also stay consistent with the type of content that you're producing, making sure that it's on brand and your captions are on brand, and make sure that you're staying consistent with your content as well. So the quality of your content is consistent, your captions are consistent, you're providing your audience with something valuable, educational, inspirational, so that when they're coming back to your account, they're not going to be completely shocked by something that you have posted that's not on brand. So for example, if you are a fitness page and then all of a sudden you're posting something about makeup routines, which is totally not why your followers are following you. They're following you because you're providing them with workouts, fitness inspiration, meal preps. They're not following you because you're showing them how to do a makeup look, if that makes sense. So a bonus tip that I have learnt just before you post is go through all of your comments and like all of those people's comments. And that way it gives those people a notification and they are more likely to then open up the app and see your post when you do it. Something that you should never do, so if you don't have time to post, then don't post, because your engagement will be so low. So this is called posting and ghosting, and it's a big no-no. Don't do it. So if you're like, oh my gosh, I have to do my post, or your post is scheduled and you don't actually have time to be on the app to do the engagement yourself, don't do the post, because you'll find that your engagement is really, really low. Instagram will reward you for being on the app already, liking and commenting and engaging with your audience, with new followers, with people with relevant hashtags to you. And then when you post, it will show it to more people. So your engagement is likely to go up, your reach is likely to go up, and all of your insights will start doing this. They are my top 8 tips to increase your Instagram engagement. That's what I do. That's what my clients do, and you can really tell the difference when you're implementing those consistently, that your engagement will go up. So I hope you found them useful, and if you did, then please subscribe and hit the little notification bell next to it, and you'll get a notification every single time I post a new video. Thanks for watching. Bye.